Oh, we're just talking?
Kind of.
Like, should we start?
Yeah, I guess we should start.
Yeah, okay. We can start.
Yeah. This is Brad.
This is Joe. Okay, well, we are
Welcome.
getting
Yeah.
all these little things on YouTube about, hey, what about this? We got a question about that, which we love, by the way. Keep the comments coming. And if you have ideas, let us know.
Yeah, this is a direct response to
Oh, it is. The latest one is about running two motors in the same train.
I like what you've got set up here, too. I almost feel like we need Back to the Future DeLorean.
We almost need that.
That set just recently came out. We should launch it off.
Yeah. Don't you have one of those?
Not the set, but yes, I do have a 6-wide DeLorean. The DeLorean hasn't launched off the table, but the engine has. So that was fun.
By accident or on purpose?
It was by accident. Not by me, but it was by accident.
There you go.
Yeah, one of the fun things for the Utah Lego Users Group, it's our 20th anniversary this year, and there's talk about recreating some of the epic moments over the last 20 years, and that came up. And so at a different event or whatever throughout the year, we can come out and recreate events. So if you have something, or if you have something also that you remember over the last 20 years happening, let us know, and we might just do a big recreation event.
A recreation of actually throwing something. Anyway.
And Mike, we won't make you come all the way from Colorado for some of your stuff. You're off the hook.
But we do want you doing it at your house. We'll just just cut it in and put it in.
We'll make it happen. I like it.
Awesome. Okay, so this is just a little example. Yeah.
So we have here is the 2-engine setup that you have seen in a lot of Brad's engines, where he's got the big engines.
Yeah. The prime movers.
You know what we haven't done yet? We haven't cut to intro yet, so we're gonna have him grab his engine and cut to intro real quick.
Okay.
And just like that, because we didn't forget to do something. We're always on top of our game.
All the time. This is one of my new locomotives, the CSX. Still working on it, building it.
And that part that just moved is what we're talking about today.
Exactly. This is basically the same layout as what you see right there on the tracks. Got the same bottom, almost the same gearing in this.
Don't worry, we'll get you a close-up of this.
Yeah, we'll get a close-up of it. But it's got 2 motors in it. So this is how most of my trains are. Basically, it's 6-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, whatever, 8-wheel drive. How you want?
Is it 4-wheel, 8-wheel with a fake one in the middle, right?
Yes, fake in the middle. So you got you got 8-wheel drive, I guess, what you want to call it. Both bogies are driving.
Which you've done these in your weight tests, right?
Yes, they actually do really well. The key to it, lots of weight in the locomotive, and then just the distance on your trucks. That's the secret sauce that I've found. And obviously the gearing. Play with the gearing.
If you're not familiar with the weight test, in our previous video we did something very similar with the weights, where we brought it off the edge of the table. That's one of the games we play at Brick Slopes, is who can pull the most weight with their engine, and these do really well. Okay,
so there's nothing real secret on these ones. And the question is how do we get them to go in the same direction? It's just gearing. Just the way you put the gears in the bottom. You see how the gears are on one side on the back one, and on the other side on the front. And then just how your gears are in the direction there. And then just test them. And if they're going opposite directions, you just switch your gears in the bottom and they go the opposite direction. But you just get them going in the same direction. I just have the little white in there just to keep them spaced. But normally the motors, go ahead and turn the blue on. Normally the motors will go the same pace. I have had them go different paces before. And you do need to kind of check that when you pair them up.
Oh, I saved it.
Even though they're Lego. These ones are actually Lego. every once in a while you'll get a motor that just goes a little slower than the rest. So just kind of pair them up. But that's how I do it for these type of locomotives. And then obviously I put my gear or my brain and the battery and all that right in the center. However, I have one time put these together, the motors, connected them, and that was in my big boy. Now with that, you have to
we have the whole rebuild video that goes
there's a
in depth with
whole
that one.
yes, there's a whole rebuild video. So if you actually want to see that, you can. But basically what that does is it does that right there, what Joe's doing.
And the axle is actually connected all the way through, if I remember.
All the way through.
That way, if one motor is struggling or whatnot, the other one can help and makes everything in sync through the whole thing. And I believe even spinning this around, though, this will work because of the gearing on it. No, nope, they're fighting each other. Okay,
they're fighting each other.
Okay.
Now,
I learned something new today.
However, go ahead
and
flip that around, and your gearing is now going in the right direction. So that is that part. However, these motors, so that's the easy part, is the gearing underneath. However, the motors, one's turning this way, the other one's turning the opposite. So if you put an axle between them, they're actually turning against each other and won't work. So what you have to do on the big boy, you watch the video, you actually have to put in on one of the motors one of these switches.
A little reverser switch.
A little reverser
Is that the official
switch.
name?
I think something like that.
Something like that. Let us know.
So that way, you just sync it up. So that way, both motors turn the same direction. Like right now.
So they're fighting.
They're fighting each other.
We have to turn power up, I think.
No,
There's not plugged in all the way. There we go.
There you go.
Oh,
whoa.
Hey, now we're having all sorts of fun.
Turn off the power, Joe. Turn off the power. So, but that turns...
That was more fun, helicopter.
I know. That turns the motors, so they're turning the same direction, so you actually put an axle between them. Now, is that good? Is that bad? I'm not sure. I've never had an issue with the big boy by doing an axle, a live axle between the two. I mean, if one motor is a little slower, the other one will make it go faster, or vice versa. It'll pull the faster one down to the slower one. I've never had an issue. But I've also never had an issue doing it this way where they're independent of each other. We've ran several shows where they've ran just fine, never had an issue. One time I had an issue, and that was with my Southern Pacific, and I think the motor itself just fried. I think it just died. And I ended up pushing that one truck around at least one loop, or if not two. And I just kept thinking, my battery's dying, blah, blah, blah. It was actually the motor. The motor actually burned up in it.
Which, if they were directly connected, because under the assumption that the dead motor would be locked.
Yeah.
The windings in it would be locked to there's a little triangle piece. I can't think what it's called. But it would be locked in. So then the other motor couldn't spin at all. So, I mean, there's trade-offs, right?
Yeah. I mean,
you lock it up and you're really confused about why it's not moving at all.
Yeah. And maybe with the one locked up and not moving the other one, maybe it would have burnt the second one up.
Oh, that's a good point.
So I don't know. I've never, yeah.
Well, that actually brings up an interesting topic about Lego motors versus non-Lego motors. So genuine Lego have an over protection built into them.
Yes.
So if you were in that environment directly connected, probably would want to pay a little bit extra for the actual Lego, even though they don't make them anymore, so that you have that guaranteed overprotection circuit built into it that will prevent it from burning up.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these days, where they're not in production anymore, you have to go with the aftermarket. And usually, I don't think I've ever seen an aftermarket with the overprotection in it. So you're probably better off doing a separate unless you have to do the combined.
Yeah. So, and right now with what I'm doing, I mean, I'm going the aftermarket because it's just too expensive I'm building enough trains that if I was buying these, I'd go bankrupt. So I'm just getting the aftermarket ones. I haven't had any issues, and I'm doing it this way, basically, without it being connected. So, yeah. If you guys have any more questions about this layup or setup, let us know. And keep thinking of the great questions that we can go over, or the great topics. We do have a few teasers to come up with. Shall we tell them?
Sure. Yeah.
Involves one of these. I'm still working on the trucks and stuff, but involves one of these.
And that's part of
You
our.
might see that in the corner of the screen.
Yeah. But yeah, they can see it.
They can see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
that's part of the testing that we did and that we're continuing to do.
Exactly. Just for this little guy right here. So we're trying to get a cooling tower working, an actual cooling tower. So to work or not to work? That's the question.
See, now that you've publicly stated this, now you're on the hook for brick slopes.
Yes.
It's going to happen now.
So you want to see it in real life, come to Brick Slopes.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Plug for that.
Yeah. And we did the test of the rolling where we found it didn't roll. Spoiler alert. And then we're going to do the additional test with the bearings that we added in the previous video where we showed you guys how to add the bearings. And then we'll have the final roll test.
Yeah. Just remember,
all sorts of stuff.
It's not Lego, it's just money.
Yeah. Anybody got money to share?
Exactly. So, but we're continuing doing this. I think we've got 2 or 3 more ideas. Got someone that just talked about going over the train shed. Need to give a couple close-up videos of that, walk through that.
So yeah, thanks for tuning in today, and make sure to subscribe so you can catch all of our fun stuff that we have coming up, all the fun builds. You are not going to want to miss any of it.
Yep, and keep you guys a better builder. So, okay, subscribe, check our content, keep those questions coming. Thanks, guys.